One of the most important things doing survival in Africa will be to set your priorities. I mean, just think of the importance of water and food. Which one of those? And it will not take you long to realize that it is water. And there's many sources of water. I mean, there's water you can find in plants, there's open water in the veld, there's water that you can get from the stomach of an antelope, there's atmospheric water that you can find. But I must be honest with you, one of my favorites is the water that's underground. And you normally find it in dry riverbeds like this one. And all you have to do is to know where to look for it. And it's almost as if there's a whole river of water flowing underneath the sand here. We just don't see it. Now, a nice place to start is maybe right in front of me here. We normally refer to this as a Gorra. And you can see this is a place where the elephant already dug into the sand. They made a hole and up to a point where they did get water. It was some time ago. This is a good place because if I can go a little bit deeper, I also might find water just here. And then, of course, whenever you get to a spot where there's two rivers coming together, the confluence of those two rivers, right there where they get together, in the middle here, and well, most probably over here, is a nice place also to look for water. And if I don't find it here, I'll just walk down the riverbed, and you can see at the back there where there's a wild date palm, and I guess a meter and a half, 2 meters away from that palm, that's a good spot to look for water. On the outside bend of the river. Or if you just look for the lowest part in the riverbed, that's also a nice spot to look for water. And then if there's a rock reef in the riverbed on the upstream side, just where it goes into the sand, that's a nice place also to look for water. I guess it's no different from many other things. You know, if only I'd known. How many times did I walk over this riverbed not knowing where the water is? And important for me also was to realize, you know, I have to set my priorities. And if one of my priorities was to get water first, then the underground water is there for us to use. It's clean water. It's maybe the best water you can get. It's easy to find, if only we know where to look for it. And what I think I must do is I must go a little bit deeper in this hole and see if we can find it. Now, normally one don't have to go this deep, but you can see that it's already, there's a lot of moisture in the sand here and it's coming out. Fact is, the last rain here was 4 months ago, and we had to go a little bit deeper. But eventually we did get to the water. And although there's not a lot of water, here's what I will do. I will keep on opening it, and eventually I'm going to put some rocks that I'll find in the veld and just put it on the side here to avoid the sand falling in. And you don't want to, to have the sand falling into the Gorra all the time, because that really makes it tough to get the water out. Now the good news is we did get to our first water, and of course, we have to go deeper now to get more water out. But as you can see, it's clean water. And this is what we were looking for. Now, all we have to do now is protect it on the sides and make sure that the baboons and the elephants don't get in here. Well, the elephants, but the baboons should not come in here and mess up our whole Gorra. But this is nice water to drink. It's clean. And you can have it, you can drink as much of it as you like. It's really, this is good. This is good. After tasting the water and realized that, it is hard work. And often you have to dig a number of these holes before you get to water. And it just reminds me that nothing in life comes easy. Sometimes we have dreams, but those dreams are only written on a piece of paper, or we think about the things that we still want to do. And then we never get to the point where we action it, where we actually have a plan and step by step we work towards achieving those dreams of us and make them true for us. And the missing word there is action. It's hard work. And you know, if someone were to ask me to define commitment, then I would say, once you've defined your purpose and what is important to you, then the other real part of commitment then must be to put action to it and to just keep on moving until you get it right. And if this is not a good Gorra, and I don't think it is, because it's too deep, it's too much effort to go in there, we're going to look for another one, and eventually we'll get water maybe closer to the surface that we can protect and use every day. So it is not only about, you know, if only I'd known. And you can sense just from this experience getting water how important it is to know. It is also about priorities. And we need to learn to set our priorities. My guess is that in a very complex world and a challenging environment, most people want to do too many things in too short a time. And one of the biggest challenges is to manage yourself, your personal life, so that you can actually distinguish what is important now. And what I've started doing was to rather get 1 or 2 or 3 priorities up first as the critical things in my life right now, and then build a strategy around those, knowing that if I do this now, at this time of my life, then really this is what I ought to do. And you know, sometimes people think to manage yourself and to focus a little bit on yourself and the importance of what it is that you do and where your priorities are is you know, it's a selfish thing. Well, I don't think so. There's no way that I can serve the world out there, you know, being a father for my family, my kids, a husband for my wife, or a manager for people, a leader for people, if I don't manage myself, if I don't have breathing space for myself, if I don't have time to reflect on my priorities, and then put strategy in place and make sure that you achieve those goals, and those achievements ultimately is what will stimulate you and give you an experience of, you know, I'm going forward here, I'm going places. And it starts from within. It starts, you know, when you really start to relate to the lessons of life, the story of your life, to what extent your values has been integrated into the stories of your life. And my personal guess is that if more of us just want to manage our personal lives more effective, then it's so much easier to build the team. And it's so much easier then to come in the boardroom and make good decisions. And it all starts with me and the time that I'm willing to commit to set my priorities and then to work hard at achieving those goals and objectives that I set for myself.